In this question, we are asked to find an equation of the line tangent to the graph of the function f of x equals 2x cubed at a specified point, -2, -16. So, a few things to consider about just tangent lines in general and how they relate to functions and all. Let's start off with the fact that we need to find the equation of a line, and we typically want to use this form, especially in this class, in a calculus class where we're defining things as functions. There are other forms of lines. This is like some books will call this, general form. But in this class, almost exclusively, we're going to be working with y equals mx plus b for the equations of our lines. So in order to produce the equation of a line, no matter what form you're using, you're going to need at least one point and then some means of finding slope. So, perhaps that's another point, right? This is stuff you would have done in a pre-calculus class. Find the equation of the line that touches these 2 points. Well, the way you find slope is to use that slope formula, right? You could say, okay, well, 11 minus the -16 over 0 minus the -2. You get your slope, and that becomes your means of finding slope. Well, in a calc class, since we're worried about instantaneous rates of change, we don't want to break that distance up between two specified points. We want to use the derivative in order to do it in a continuous fashion. What's going on at a point specifically, rather than, again, what's going on right here at this point in terms of rate of change, instead of taking it out and between 2 points getting the slope of that secant line. We want the slope of the tangent line. So the way to get the slope in a calc class is going to be from the derivative. So our means of finding slope here are going to be, all right, well, let's just simply get the derivative, and then we're going to plug in our x value, -2, right? That's going to give us the slope at the points -2, -16. Right? Slope of the tangent line at that specific point. So again, they gave us the point. We're going to use -2, -16. We're going to find our slope by taking the derivative and then evaluating the x value. So the derivative is, by using the power rule, you can bring the 3 down and you get 3 times 2 makes the 6, and then you get x squared when you reduce that power by 1, right? So again, the 3 comes down, multiplies the 2, reduce the exponent by 1, you get a 2 here. And then, now that we have the derivative, it's just a matter of plugging in the x value to get the slope we need. We plug in -2, you're going to get a 4 when you square it, and then 4 times 6 is 24. So now we know our m, our slope. Our slope is 24. Now, the only things left to do is just to simply produce the equation of the line, now knowing the slope is 24 and the point we need is -2, -16. There's a couple ways you can do this. I like to just plug directly into slope-intercept form. The alternative would be like point-slope form. You can use this if you've seen this before. This would work just as well also. Right? That'll work. But if you're not sure, if you haven't seen that before, you might just want to try the method I'm going to use. But you can use point-slope form as well. So, look, they gave us a y value. Y is -16. We just found the m. The m was 24. We know the x value is part of the point given, -2. So all we need here is to just find that b, which is the y-intercept. So we've got -24. If we add that to the other side, we're going to have a 24 minus 16 is 8. That means b is 8. So the equation of the line that we need becomes y equals our slope, 24x plus our y-intercept b, which was 8. Done. Now, depending upon what section this question was found in, they may have you do the derivative the longhand way, which is not something I'm going to make you do in any testing situation. But if that was the specifics of the question, and if anyone else also would like to see me do this longhand, that's fine. It is a little annoying because you're going to have to cube a binomial, but it's not so bad. But just keep in mind, even if you do it the longhand way of getting the derivative, when I say longhand, remember that was actually getting the limit as h goes to 0 for that difference quotient. That's that f of x plus h stuff. You're going to get the same exact result, 24x plus 8. So hopefully you see this method's a little easier. And again, if you'd like to see me do it longhand, feel free to let me know. Hopefully that helps. Take care. Bye.